Good morning, Your Worship, Mayor Clerk, council members. My name is Merlin Toth, and I sat in this gallery on December 5th at the Standing Policy Committee on Transportation meeting where the Connecting Avenue C project was discussed. I heard several people speak strongly against this project, particularly Phase 3, the portion between 38th and 45th Streets. Two of these presenters stated that they had never seen anyone cycling or walking on that part of Avenue C. And it seemed to be quickly assumed by some present that that meant that no one had ever walked or cycled there, and there was no reason to ever want to. So I believe that assumption to be incorrect for two reasons. One, for many years I traveled to work through Avenue C and Circle Drive. While waiting at the light, I was always surprised at the number of cyclists and pedestrians I saw passing northward through that intersection, likely on their way to work. Now, I'm not saying that the presenters were wrong in stating they had never seen anyone cycle or walk there, but rather that they had never noticed anyone cycle or walk there. There is a difference. I'm a cyclist and I also walk a lot, so I tend to notice others doing the same. If you are not a cyclist or walker and have no interest in that, you tend not to notice these activities. And the second reason I will explain to you now. Could I have slide 1, please? What you see on the screen is a Strava heat map of the city of Saskatoon. For those of you not familiar with Strava, it is an online athletic community where you can record activities like walking, running, or cycling for record-keeping purposes and to share with other Strava users. If you give Strava permission, your activity maps are displayed anonymously and overlaid with other users' activity maps to create what is called a heat map. Where the name heat map comes in is as more and more information is overlaid on the same route or street, the hotter or brighter that area is displayed. This map has been set to display both walking and cycling activity. I will lump them together and call them active transportation, or AT. Looking at this heat map of the entire city, you can see the various levels of user activities. The brightest area show that the highest amount of activity in the city is along the Meewasin Trail on both sides of the river. That is understandable if you have ever been on that trail on a day when the weather is pleasant at any time of the year. There is a lot of activity there. Note the color of those high activity areas. We will talk more about that shortly. Slide 2, please. This shot of the airport area shows that there is a lot of AT activity along the multi-use pathway on Claypool Drive, leading to Cynthia Street. There is also considerable AT activity on Howell Avenue, 39th, and on Avenue C, funneling into the airport industrial area. Slide 3, please. This is the airport industrial area. Note the color of Claypool Drive and Cynthia Street along the south edge. Now think back to the color of the trails along the river in the first slide. Follow eastward along Cynthia, up to 45th Street and across the pedestrian overpass over Idlewild to the northwest industrial area. I assure you that overpass is not forgotten. It is heavily used. And it also entails dragging a bicycle up and down a staircase on each side. Look at the amount of activity on the pathway east of Airport Drive up to the hotels and residences along Carroll Street and Burney Avenue. There's AT activity all through that area. Slide 4, please. So this is the Circle Drive and Avenue C intersection, and as you can see, many AT users are already using that intersection and then traveling through the hotel parking lots on either side of Avenue C. Why use the parking lots? Because there is no other way to move through that area right now. I will tell you, if there were a sidewalk along the west side of Avenue C and a pathway away from the street on the city right-of-way on the east side, you would see a dramatic shift of those lines. Who wants to be dodging traffic in busy parking lots if there is a better way? Please take a good look at that slide and tell me that there is no demand for safe AT infrastructure along Avenue C, especially in the Phase 3 area that you see before you now. And also, this heat map represents only the people who take the time to record their travels on Strava. Many of the people who use active transportation because they have no other choice do not use Strava. They do not show up on these images. Think of them. Do they not deserve to get safely from home to their destination and back each day? I think they do, and the whole of the Connecting Avenue project, and especially Phase 3, will help them to do just that. Excuse me. Could I have slide 5, please?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
You have reached your 5 minutes, and,
Okay.
and so there isn't an opportunity to extend that at this time, but I appreciate you also joining us again.